When you've finished with step 3F and you've created an answer key on the back of your last design, you're going to move to step 4A and you'll be given 27 wooden cubes. The best way to get 27 wooden cubes is make your 3 different base levels, just 3 by 3 times 3. That's going to be 27 cubes. You're going to have to cover each cube with the correct color. I have coloring pencils and crayons. If you have markers, you can use markers on your own. But when you color something with markers, I want to show you how to do this so you don't get marker all over the table. I'm not going to provide markers for you, but if you have your own markers and you'd like to color your wooden cubes, you may do that. Just hold one in your hand and color a surface, and color it as best you can. Okay, once you've gotten your wooden cubes, you want to make sure this final step is perfect. We've got our cube design, and we're going to take all of the snap cubes and just kind of line them up with the different pencils we're going to use, so we know we're not going to make any mistakes. Next, we're going to take the number of cubes that we need for each one. You can even put them into the shape if you'd like, but it doesn't matter. And just to review, we're going to have a 4, a 5, and 3 6 pieces. That means that these cubes are going to be colored black, brown, red, orange, and green. Start coloring all the surfaces of those wooden cubes before you go to the gluing step. Everybody color all their cubes before you go to the next step. When you're gluing your wooden pieces together, you don't want that much glue. It's always easier to put another drop of glue and add it later. Very little amount of glue. That's hardly any right there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to press these pieces together and hold them for 10 or 15 seconds. It's not a long time, but as you hold it and press it, it's going to start to dry and glue. I'm actually pressing it together right now. Make sure that these are not offset, so like while it's still drying, don't let the pieces do something like that. Keep them flush and lined up, and always check it with your shape as you're building. Very important that when you're done with the glue, you put either a paper clip back into the top to keep the air from going in and out, or better yet, if your glue still has a cap on it, recap it with the plastic cap and set it in the glue area where everybody else can use it later. If you come back the next day and you notice that a piece is not connected, go ahead and just add a little bit more glue and reconnect it, and again place it back in your design to make sure that it fits. This is still not dry, so I can still move this around, and I might need a little bit more glue in there. I'm just going to make sure that this fits into my piece, and it does. And you're going to leave your wooden cubes together like this to let it dry overnight. Make sure that everything is lined up and all of your pieces fit before you gently put it back into your box. Okay, if by chance you glue the pieces together wrong and you want to take a piece off, you're not going to be able to pull it off with your hands. Once it's glued, it's glued. What we can do is we can come back into the back room and take the vise, snug that in, and take a hammer and just bang that piece off. We don't want to do that, but that's one of the solutions that you can do. One of the drawbacks of using the hammer and breaking the pieces apart is sometimes a little bit of extra wood might remain from one of the snap cubes or from one of the wooden cubes on the other cube. But that's just one of the drawbacks of not planning properly and gluing it before you're actually ready to go.